Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now as you can see, this is Indian head massage and this is a request that I've had to revisit the Indian head videos that I did quite a few years ago. So I'm not going to do a full treatment, I'm just going to revisit and chat you through it. So you can see here that we're starting on the scalp. And if you remember, it's effleurage to begin, and now we're on to finger pressures and circles on the scalp. So as I always say, normally it's about 45 minutes for a treatment, maybe up to an hour. And you normally cover each movement about 3 times. I won't do that for this one though, because it's just to show you. But with your finger pressures, you're making sure that you're making contact with the scalp. And you're also making sure that the pressure is there and that you're covering all of the scalp. Normally it's in strips, so think about the head and the scalp as strips, and each time you're working from the forehead down to the base of the neck, that you're making sure that you don't leave areas out. Even though your client might be relaxed, it can be disappointing if you continuously miss out parts of the head. So try to think about a mental note of covering that head in strips to make sure you don't miss any bits out. And that includes the base too. Now, hair twists and pulls. If someone's hair's too short, then obviously you'd skip this out. But with the twists, there's no set way of doing it. It's very random. I won't be covering the full head here, and you don't really need to make sure you've covered every single strand. But you can either just grab and twist, or you can take time to separate, because that's a lovely sensation on the scalp too, to actually scissor in with your fingers and separate the hair. And it's a gentle pull, a very gentle tug. Don't tug and pull sharply at the hair. That's, as you know, not comfortable. But you can spend quite a bit of time doing that, and then move on to combing through, finger combing through the hair. And again, just think of your fingers as a comb, working through, working under. You can even shake and vibrate your fingers slightly if you want to. It's a little bit speedy here, which is fine because you can have stimulating massage, or you can slow it down. This is plucking the hair, another stimulating movement. This is good for getting the circulation moving in the scalp. And then stroking. It's like effleurage, but it's more moulding your hands to the scalp and to the hair. Now, slightly different to the finger pressures, which were like circles, this is a press and release movement. So your fingers are pressing and releasing over the scalp. So rather than little circles, it's a push and a release. So finger pressures. And that pressure can be quite firm. As you can see, the firmness here, the model's moving slightly, but not so firm that it's uncomfortable. And then you can turn your hands round when you get midway down the head, because it can be hard to press when you get to the base. Turn your hands round and press with the thumbs now at the top. You've reversed it from the fingers at the top to the thumbs at the top. That just makes it a lot easier to maintain control when you're doing the massage. And again, don't forget the temples, around the ears, the hairline. We're doing it once round, but again, think about doing it 3 times round, and those strips. Combing through and stroking again, because when you do a stimulating movement, it's quite nice to then follow it with a soothing movement. And I should mention here, we've got no product in the hair, but if you wanted, you could use the oil of your choice. Now this is tapping, also sometimes referred to as a raindrops movement, raindrops over the head, but you're just very gently tapping. And then what we're doing here is very gentle pulling on the scalp. You're just getting your fingers underneath the hair, and then you're very gently pulling on the scalp so that your hands can meet, and you can do that side by side, and then you can move up from the forehead to the base where the hands meet. And if it's not long hair and it's short hair, you can still very gently do that. A little bit more combing through, some stroking, and then very gentle hacking, another stimulating yet relaxing movement. Very good for scalp health, hair health, but your hacking has to be gentle. And then some effleurage to finish. And if you just did nothing but a scalp routine, you could spend 10, 15, 20 minutes doing that. That's all you would have to do. Now for the neck, hold the forehead for support. And what you're doing to begin with is scooping the neck from the base to the top. Now, your model, your client, could be wearing a vest, could be wearing nothing if they didn't want to wear any top at all. It was up to them, male or female, it's their choice. Could have a towel around them. But with Indian head, I want to show you that you can still do this with someone fully clothed, just sitting comfortably in their chair. So that's why we're doing this today. So after the scooping, the heel of the hand just very gently works up and down each side of the neck. And then you use finger circles as you're very gently moving forward from the sides of the spine to the edges of the neck, almost at the ear. And as your hand stretches, it becomes more of a scoop. And then it's almost as if your hand is perfectly melded to the neck. Now you might see some redness here, and that's your erythema. That is normal. We're looking for that. And again, we're using no massage product here, but you can if you wish. And then the heel of the hand, this time working down. So before it was working up and down, this time it's very much about the heel of the hand working from the base of the skull down to the neck. And that's just helping to stretch out that area because it can get very tight. And then a lovely bit of effleurage to finish. You could do a shoulder massage on anybody, just the Indian head shoulder massage, nothing else. You just start with effleuraging down the arms, so from the neck down the arms, and then some thumb circles across the shoulders. Now you're just resting your hands, and even though it's only thumb circles that you're doing, your fingers can also be manipulating the shoulders at the front too. That's a very effective move. It's so easy to do, and it encourages anyone to relax and gets them used to touch, but so often this could be all that you need. And then we can think about scooping those shoulders and lifting up the tissues. Just scooping from the shoulder to the neck. And those thumbs and the gap in between your thumbs and your fingers can really do that work for you. And then you can use your knuckles to really knuckle over those shoulders, over the clavicle and back behind your neck. And then again, from front over shoulders to back. You just stop at either side of the spine, don't work over the spine. And then you can take the knuckling to the upside of the neck. So either side of the neck, use those knuckles. Now you don't need to be pressing in for this, you just need to let the knuckles do the work and do the releasing. And then you can take your forearms and you can press down either side of the neck, down, press, release, move a little bit further along, down, press, release. Not your full body weight, but some weight. Don't hurt somebody. And then hacking over the shoulders. Even though it looks as though you're hacking over the spine, you're releasing the pressure and you're skipping over it. But hacking over those shoulders, you're building heat, you're warming the tissues, you're relaxing the muscles. And then some effleurage to finish. Again, you could spend 5 or 10 minutes on that. Now with the arms, just start your effleurage from the shoulders, either side of the neck, just down to roughly above the elbow. Just effleurage down. And then in the same way that we press down on the shoulders, press and release from just under the shoulder to just above the elbow. Just press and release with your forearm. Some pressure, not too much pressure, because everyone's different and you don't want to hurt someone. Again, you can be guided by them. Now, slide your thumb to meet your fingers from the back of the arm to the front. And again, just on that upper arm. That's a very nice move. And then some very gentle hacking on that muscle. Again, I'm only doing this once. You can do it 3 times each side. A little bit of cupping is optional, but remember, it should sound like the horses clip-clopping and it shouldn't sound like you're slapping. And then a little bit of effleurage just to finish. Another effective, easy to perform move. For the face, I've moved our model onto the bed, but they can absolutely sit in a chair and you can do it on the chair. All you're doing is just stroking the forehead to prepare them for the massage. Again, there doesn't have to be any massage medium. Single or double finger stroking, and you can move down to the cheeks, but you're always thinking about where you're draining to. So for us, we're draining to the lymph node just in front of the ears. It's a gentle yet firm touch. We're doing some finger circles on the chin, and we're moving from the centre of the chin and we're working along the jawline. So your finger circles are just feeling for the jaw, and then you're sliding up to the ears. This will help to release and loosen any tightness that might be there. And if you want to see this performed in a chair, then you can refer to the original videos. Circles around the eyes. Use your ring finger. Lightest pressure. Eyebrow pinching. Use your thumb and your index finger. Very gently pinch the eyebrows. That feels amazing. If you've never tried that, even try it on yourself. Gentle circles at the temples, leading into some ear massage, which can be just stroking and circles with your thumbs. And then just hold those ears. And that's just a lovely way to finish the massage. So we avoided the back this time because we didn't have a suitable chair. But I hope that you enjoyed that request. And as always, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe.